This one's another Chuck Jones SNAFU cartoon. This character, Technical Fairy First Class, appeared in many cartoons. Obviously, he's not particularly fairy-esque, which was part of the gag. Animation here by Ken Harris.
Now, the first man in history to use camouflage was Adam, back in the Garden of Eden. But
We could even have nudity in SNAFU cartoons, I'll tell you. There's some that are even worse, actually.
If used intelligently.
Now, as we said before, many of these cartoons were written and conceived by Ted Geisel, Dr. Seuss. And you can see coming up devices that SNAFU uses to cover up his tracks, which are very Dr. Seuss designs. You know, it looks like something straight out of one of his books. And, you know, they do the gag several times over with a bunch of different devices, all of which could have been in a Dr. Seuss kid's book.
What about that track?
He did like unicycles, didn't he? Now we go to Bob Cannon. Bob was the nickname for Robert, or Bob, or Bobo. He's called called those things variously. Now, Bob Cannon was a great animator, but he hated doing this stuff. This is the interesting thing. He hated doing gags and slapstick violent gags particularly, even though he excelled at it, not just here, but also on Tex Avery's unit over at MGM a couple of years later. Eventually, he found his calling directing classic UPA cartoons in the 1950s, such as Gerald McBoing Boing and the Christopher Crumpet series, which were milder, you know, more sedate cartoons. But look how beautiful these walks are. I mean, the guy was a terrific animator. This is a good instance of what animators call attitude walks. You know, he's getting more and more panicked, and the rhythm is getting quicker and quicker, and he's getting more upright. Now we switch to, again, one of Chuck Jones's mainstay animators, Benny Washam. Benny did some great work for many, many years for the Jones cartoons. He had a much more angular drawing style than most of the other Jones animators. And I think, to my mind, he actually caught Chuck's poses the most accurately. I think his stuff actually felt the most like those pose drawings without ever feeling like it was relying too heavily on them. His timing was great, and his drawing always had a sharpness to it. Next time we go to a facial close-up, good timing there.
You may fire when ready, Van Gridley.
Now, every now and again, the Warner's cartoonists would throw something in just for the servicemen to make them whoop and holler and cheer.
Remember this. Just make yourself
Like this. Again, not your standard Warner's cartoon, but there for the guys at war. God bless them.